Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of El Local Podcast 831. I am your host, Eddie Gonzalez, and today I'm excited because I got Sandoval, aka Sal or Chava, joining us. How's it going, man?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. I'm excited. Like I had mentioned to you when I messaged you, uh, we've crossed paths before at some events. I think I've seen you here and there, and I've been following you for a while, and I like what you're doing. Every time I see your stuff, I get hungry, and so I consider myself a foodie. You're a foodie. It's like a perfect match made in heaven right here.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. So welcome. Sal, you are a influencer, right?
Trying to. Yeah. Yeah.
I your followers, what you put out there, you know, the views, the likes. I consider you an influencer. You're a foodie. All right. I saw one of your videos, and you said that you're trying to be the Guy Fieri of the 831.
Yeah.
I love it. So you love to eat, man. I love to eat. And for anyone watching, this is, if you're a foodie, if you're a lover of food, this is it. This is the conversation you want to listen to. So Sal, where are you from?
I was born in San Jose, but I was raised here in Seaside, California, my whole life. Grew up in the industry, hospitality. Monterey County is known for hospitality.
Yeah.
We're known for our food, for our wine. Customer service is like none other. Especially back then when I started working in the restaurant industry, mid 2000, 2004, 5. Fine dining was like the hype of its powers.
Yeah.
The Food Network was exploding. Like everybody wanted to be a chef. Everybody wanted to be a wine sommelier. Like it was like the biggest thing ever. And here in Carmel, Pebble Beach, Carmel, it was like I was living it. I was meeting chefs. We were like, going around. I used to be a busser, food runner. And, I just fell in love with the industry.
Yeah.
And, my love for the food, it was from there on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, because like I said, Monterey, Carmel, the whole Monterey area, it's people come from all over the world.
Yeah.
The highest level of chef cuisine, just people that you could think of come, on a consistent basis. And so I agree with you. I mean, I'll tell you this, when those events are happening whenever I go to Monterey for whatever reason, the traffic sucks.
Yeah. Big time.
So when there's traffic, there's something going on over there. So you mentioned you were born in San Jose, right? So what brought you over here? So you're born in San Jose, your family's from San Jose. What made them want to come to Monterey out of all places?
My mom fell in love with my stepdad. And I guess he was from over here. And we just, they just told me we're moving. Like,
You're moving from one day for the next, like out of nowhere?
Yeah. I was a baby.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, probably a few months, less than a year old.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. Just the only thing I know was Seaside. Yeah.
Okay, so you grew up in Seaside.
I grew up. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
That's just the place where you were born.
Exactly.
I get that.
Yeah.
So growing up in Seaside, Seaside's, from my understanding, is right there by the beach, right next to the coast. What's it like growing up in Seaside? Because you're the first person from the Monterey County, that side, that I'm bringing on. And so I know enough by going to Seaside and like Sand City, like that area. But what's it like? What was it like growing up there in Seaside?
Oh, man. I love Seaside. Seaside's completely different now, how I grew up in Seaside. There were certain parts of Seaside, we couldn't, as Mexicans or Latinos, we couldn't walk because we will, get beat up or stuff like that. But, I just learned from Seaside, like who I am, how tough I am, or the nonsense, right? Because Seaside, we're going to play around. Like, when we say we're not playing around like that, we're not playing around like that, right? So you learn how to deal with people. Now, like Seaside, so there's like white people walking around with Louis Vuitton shoes and
Really?
Oh yeah, back then you walk around with those kind of stuff, like you get jumped.
Yeah.
The only time you walk around Seaside, it was go to the corner store, go to the bus stop, right? Or you're going home from school.
Yeah.
That was the only time you're walking. Now you see people walking like
freely.
like freely.
Like nothing.
And yeah, I'm like the old guy. I'm like, man, back in my day, they'll be jumped.
Yeah. Because I remember like I kind of the reason why I asked because like I remember stories, right? I remember a lot of conversations from people, growing up like Seaside it was ghetto.
Yeah.
People would think like, like Pajaro here, it was kind of ghetto, but people would talk about Seaside. It's like, hey, that's where the hood is.
Yep.
So those are from what I've heard. One of the craziest stories I've ever heard. Is I played football, and there was a couple years in the like 90s, kind of that era, where the school that I played at would go play Seaside High. So I went to Aptos High, and they would play. And the stories that I would hear is that they would have a police escort, for the buses to go into the high school to play football. And they would clear the streets because the fans and the people, they were crazy. And I've heard stories that, there were some altercations even, just on a random basis. So that's just why I asked, like what it was like.
Yeah. I used to live in the projects in Seaside also, and we used to have the police department part of it. So they gave them like 3 or 4 apartments, and they just turned them into their offices.
Really?
So yeah, that I remember walking to school, and you would see prostitutes and pimps in the corner, just at 7 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, right? And me as a kid, I'm like, man, she must be cold, because it's early in the morning, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't hit you until later on. I'm like, oh man, that was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Seaside,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as a kid growing up, what would you do for fun? Like if you couldn't really walk out and be out too late, or just, what would you do for fun?
Nothing. You just stay home. My mom was super protective of me. Like I wasn't allowed. Like pretty much when the sun goes down, I had to be inside the house.
Yeah.
So it was school. We had a park next to where I live in the neighborhood. That's about it. But also my mom did a great job. Like on the weekends, we go to parties. She'd take us to Santa Cruz, Beach and Boardwalk, Great America. Like my mom was awesome. There was no need for me to be on the streets in the night, right? Because she kept me busy, and she just told
Yeah.
Por ti se te voy a dar, I see you over there. But
Okay.
I was never worried about just being stuck at home. My mom always make sure like we were if it wasn't cleaning the house, we were a friend's house, family friend's house, partying, and there's always something to do.
Yeah. Shout out to mom. Shout out to mom. Yeah. That's cool. So that's different, from a lot of stories that I hear, of people growing up, because my experiences growing up, it's like, you could be in the street a little bit, and everyone in the neighborhood knew everyone. So, do you ever like feel like, oh, like you missed out on like hanging out and playing on the street till like the sun goes down, or, just kind of like those, riding your bike and around the street, throwing the football, or you were just, so content with like you're always busy doing something that your mom had you guys do that you were just like didn't think about it?
Yeah, I didn't think about my mom signing us up to be in it for the Cortico. So I was always performing and practicing, and as I was getting older, I would get into my own trouble. But like high school, those high school movies when you go to a party and something happens, but it's like innocence kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I will always find myself doing stuff like that, but never to the point where I put my mom in jeopardy, where she had to pick me up from jail.
Yeah. So she raised you right.
I'm so scared of my mom. Like I would get recruited all the time because I'm tall and big. And like join the gang. I'm like, hell no, my mom will kill me. Hell nah.
Yeah, I'm more afraid of her than I am of you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's cool. Again, shout out to mom. So now, you say that it's changed, right, from when you were growing up to now, and I'm sure it's changed for the better, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But what was like a place or something that you really enjoyed doing visiting as a kid there in Seaside? What was like a good place that you were like, hey, that's a spot that we would go as a family, a restaurant or like a old throwback area place?
We had, and it's still there, like the first like Latino market in Seaside, La Mononita. It was a place where you go, you buy your masa, those mandados. They will make homemade tortillas. They had the machine for the tortillas, and they would change your check.
Oh yeah.
So payday people would go over there, and you had an option. They would charge you like $1 per 100, or compras tu mandado y, and they won't charge you. So of course, my mom would just comprar sus mandados there. Yeah. So that was always the spot where, we felt like Latinos, like we go outside and somebody's selling tamales or atole. So it was, that was a spot in Seaside where like,
yeah,
it felt good.
Yeah. I think that's one thing that everyone has growing up is that one market.
Yeah.
That you would go to for everything that you need. For me, I grew up on 2nd Street here in Watsonville, and it was La Rosa Market. I don't know if you ever heard of La Rosa Market.
I heard about it, yeah.
Yeah, they're on 2nd Street, and they have a tortillera right there on the other side. So, like, early mornings, on the weekends, especially on Sundays, what was my favorite part? My grandma would be like, here, she gave me a pot. Go get some menudo. Give me 20, So I remember that. That was that corner store. So for everyone that's listening, like, what was your corner store? What was your, like, place that you shopped a lot growing up as a kid in the area? I know everyone's got, different stores in the 831, but what was yours? And if it's still there. It's still there. So La Rosa Market's still there. So that's cool. So as you're getting older, right, and we talked about food, right? So what got you first into, I guess, food, right? I mean, we all love to eat, right?
Yeah.
And so what got you into food early on?
I guess I was always into food. My tias, like they're like excellent chefs. Their cooking is like, for me, it's kind of hard to find good Mexican restaurants because we have some good ones, but something like how I'm used to, I'm like, I can't find something like that. Like, that's how good my tias are of cooking. I have one tia, mi tia Maria. She's we bug her. You need to open a spot. My mom even offered, hey, juntamos dinero, let's open like una noche al día and go from there. And my tia's like, nah. And this is how good my tia is. Like, it will be 2 days, like the week of rent's due, and she wouldn't work. She doesn't work. She will like the week of, she will make tamales and sell it, and she'll have enough money for the rent.
Oh wow!
So like that's how good she is, right? And we like keep bugging her. She's like, nah, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm already doing it.
Yeah. But like menudo, pozole, mi tia's famous enchiladas con carne asada, like yeah, we're always ate good. So
yeah.
I guess just my family.
They're growing up, right?
Yeah,
Mexican.
they're growing up. Yeah.
One of the things, and I appreciate it now. Tell me how you feel about it. Is as kids we're always like, I want to eat here, I want to eat there, and what do they always say? Hay comida en la casa.
Yep.
Hay comida en la casa.
Yeah.
And like as a kid, you're like, whatever, I want McDonald's, I want this, I want pizza. And like you said, now it's hard to find a good Mexican restaurant, a good one. Not to hate on anyone that has a restaurant, right? But there's something about home cooked, grandma's, mom's food or tia's food that you just can't get, right?
Yeah.
And so you appreciate it a little bit more. One of the things, my dad, whenever we want to go to like a Mexican restaurant, aquí frijoles en arroz at home, it's like that, it's like, yeah. So what was your favorite dish growing up that you mentioned a few?
Man, that looks crazy. Like, I don't have a favorite thing. I do not have a favorite thing. Like, of course, I love my mom's cooking. It's funny, she hates cooking. She hates it. She despises it.
Really?
Because I'm just cooking just for you guys because I just don't like it. But she comes up with some crazy stuff. Like, just imagine if you did like cooking.
Yeah.
But I never had like a favorite thing. I like multiple things. It depends what I'm in the mood in for and everything. But yeah, that's a tricky one.
Yeah.
People always ask me, "What's your favorite thing?" It's like, man, I just love everything.
What would your, I guess you could say, well, if you could get it right now, right? Because food usually take, depending on what it is, takes a while to cook.
Yeah.
But if you could get it right now, what would it be? Or what are you craving right now? I don't know if you've eaten already.
Right now, because of the winter time, I like my mom's arroz con leche or atole, her bread pudding. Ooh. Like, it depends what. Yeah, I've been asking my wife for weeks. Can you make this? Can you make this? He goes, go ask your mom. I'm like, man,
come on, that's why I got married, right?
yeah. And my mom's older now, and so I don't like to bug her a lot about But I'm like, Mom, can you make me one this? Yeah. So yeah, it all depends.
Okay, what would be like a comfort, like a what's a good comfort when we're
caldo de res.
Caldo de res. Yeah.
That's if you're sick, if it's hot, if it's cold out, you can have that in any time of the day, year, whatever it is. Un caldo de res. Yeah, it's hard to beat.
Que dicen que every day is caldo season.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Like in the winter, it's caldo season. In the summer, at like 100 degrees, it's caldo season.
Yeah.
And again, you don't appreciate it until you get older.
Yeah.
But there's something about having un pozole,
yep.
un caldo de res, albóndigas, caldo de pollo on a like 85, 90 degree weather day during the summer. Yeah. It just hits different.
My mom used to make un caldo de pescado, but with catfish. Ooh. And that was like, oh my God. So she doesn't make it no more because everybody else in the family, like my sisters, they don't like fish. So my mom's like, there's no point of making it. I'm like, what about me?
Yeah, it's like, hey, me.
Yeah. But she makes great soups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caldos, yeah.
Oh wow, that's good. Yeah, there's something, again, guys. There's something about eating that hot bowl of soup on a like hot summer day. Can't describe it.
Can't beat it. Yeah,
can't beat it.
Yeah.
And then you add the chile on top of that,
go.
whatever.
Yeah.
You're just like sweating bullets. Oh my gosh. I'm not saying this was a mistake, but I'm getting hungry now. Oh man. Yeah, food, amazing. What was early on a restaurant that you enjoyed growing up to, where it's just like, hey mom, I know, if you can't cook, you don't want to cook, where would you guys go as a family?
Oh, we didn't have an option. My mom would pick that, but my mom, she loves Chinese food, and there's a restaurant in Seaside. It's changed owners, but it was called the Golden Wall. I maybe have that wrong. The Golden something.
Yeah,
I have a horrible memory.
Yeah,
but we would go there and we would get cop out chicken, broccoli beef, fried rice, white rice, and for any special occasion, and to the point where like the ladies, the owners, like they would know my mom.
My name.
Yeah, but we have your table over here, and then on Sundays we go to the Breakfast Club in Seaside. It's a breakfast spot.
Okay.
American stuff. Waffles, pancakes, omelets.
Is it still there?
Oh, it's still there. Oh yeah, it's like a staple in Seaside in that area. So like that's pretty much like the two spots where we'll go.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of things in Seaside that I'm not aware of. They're just our restaurants are pretty bomb there.
Oh yeah, there's a restaurant, La Tortuga, in Seaside, and that's another step. They've been there like for 20, 25 years.
Wow.
And people line up in the mornings. When I was a kid, we go out there in the mornings to get lunch.
Yeah.
For work. I used to work with my brother, so we will go there, get lunch, and just go to work. But La Tortuga is another one. It's staples of Seaside, like where we have a little bit of everything. German food. I've never been to there.
Really?
We have a German restaurant that's been there like forever, and it's supposed to be like some of the best German restaurant around. and I just never been there.
Wow.
It's one of those places like we just don't go.
It's really cool when you like come across like a place that you've never heard about, and it's like, whoa, that was there for this long. And it's like you always see it on TV, and you're like, dude, I want to try it, and all of a sudden, like it's been in my backyard the entire time.
Yeah.
Right? There's it's funny because there is an Indian joint here in Watsonville that I didn't know was here. They've been here for like 11 years in Watsonville. Right, and then Watsonville is, taquerias, taco trucks, Mexican restaurants. That's all there is really, and there's Chinese food. And the reason why I found out is because I went to the West End festival in San City.
Oh yeah.
And I was craving something. They really didn't have nothing that caught my eye. So Indian food, I'm like, dude, chicken tikka masala, So I got them, like, cool. Well, like 2 months ago or a month ago, I can't remember. I went to another event here, and there's the same people. That were over there. I'm like, hey, were you guys over there? Like, I tried your food. I loved it. And it's like, oh, yeah, we're mobile, this and that. Like, but we're based out here in Watsonville. I'm like, what? Like,
where?
Dude, where? Exactly. And so he's so we're here on East Lake in the East Lake Shopping Center. We have a kitchen in the back, but they don't have a storefront restaurant. It's just a kitchen. And it's like, yeah, we've been there for 11, 12 years. I'm like, this is the first, like, all they do is, like, they go around to events, and apparently they've been, like, in the phone book and all that out where you could call to order, but there was, like, no advertisement or nothing until finally they're just advertising. They're on DoorDash, Grubhub. It's like, yeah, we're on here. And so the other day I drove to go pick it up, in the back of East Lake Shopping Center. Sure enough, the kitchen's right there. Come up, oh, here's your food. I'm like, what? I forgot what the name of it is. If anyone knows what the name of it is, but that was like a mind blowing because again, you're here. I've lived here my entire life, and of like all the restaurants are coming in and out. Never have I heard there was an Indian food until recently. So it's amazing. What do you think about? And it's a funny thing. What do you think about the love relationship that Mexicans have with Chinese food?
I know, right?
Yeah.
And like, I haven't met one Mexican that doesn't like Chinese food. I don't know. It's crazy.
It's not, right. There's
it's
something about it.
Just, I grew up with Mexican. If it wasn't for Mexican food, Chinese food, and the only time I would have like, let's say, Italian food or other kind of cuisines, will be at work, and and for a break time that will have lasagna for whatever. But for us, it was Mexican food or Chinese.
Yeah.
If it's not Chinese, my mom like, let's go find a Mexican restaurant. I'm like, why? Let's try something else.
Right.
It's like, no.
And it's that one Chinese spot that you are married to for your entire life.
Yep.
So aquí in Watsonville, there's been a few over the years, right? But the ones that have stood the test of time over years is Golden China. I don't know if you've heard of it. And then one literally across the street right here, Happy Garden.
Okay.
So those are the two main ones. And honestly, people to this day are so committed to Golden China till the end.
Yeah.
They've never had anything outside of Watsonville but then. And then other people, same thing. Happy Gardens are their jam.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's almost like you know how they say, don't talk politics at the dinner table? Don't talk Chinese restaurants over the dinner. Because people get very passionate about their Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
So, I agree, dude. Sunday after church. And then the dangerous part about it, this was buffets. When Chinese buffets came,
it's game over.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Salinas, they used to have a buffet called Ores for Jodes? Some name like that, right? And we used to go there in Salinas. We would just drive to Salinas just for that buffet, but they closed it down because they found rats and roaches there. So they closed it. But yeah, we love buffets. That's another one. Yeah, good point. We love our buffets.
Yeah, Sakura in Salinas has been the one for a while.
Yeah,
but then I discovered one in Gilroy that I was going to for a while también. And I guess they're opening up another one in Salinas called Goku Buffet.
Ooh.
So
After Dragon Ball Z?
that's what it's named, Goku
Right?
Buffet. Yeah, it's
Oh,
right
okay.
there next in the Salinas Mall.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, where the old Sears used to be.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know when it's gonna open, but again, it's dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So
For sure.
anyone that's listening, what's your favorite Chinese dish? You know, and maybe you can share why it's a love relationship with Mexicans and Chinese food.
The best part is when you go into the Chinese restaurant and you hear them blasting Vicente Fernandez in the kitchen. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the spot.
This is it.
This is it. This is authentic.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what? I there's a town in Mexico. I forgot what it's called, but I saw like a little mini documentary where a lot of Chinese immigrants during that time they went and they established roots allí in Mexico.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm watching the documentary, and sure enough, like you know, they're speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
Great. It's
Better than mine.
exactly.
Way better. Yeah.
And then they speak Chinese, and then someone comes up trying to talk to them in English, like, "Eh?"
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, dude, that's so. I don't know. It's a trip.
Yeah, they have their own Chinatown over there too. Like, yeah, we love Chinese people.
Yeah, Chinese people love us too. I bet you. I wonder if that's like their go to, like when they want to open a restaurant. Hey, we got to do it at a Mexican city neighborhood.
Yeah,
because we're there. We'll show up 20 deep. So you mentioned also that you kind of, you know, you started working in the kitchen. So what was your first introduction working in like the kitchen, the food setting?
Yeah, so I just graduated high school, and my godfather's like, hey, over here in Camel Ready Ranch, they're looking for a busser. Come, you know, and they get, you know, we get great tips, like come apply. So I did, and I applied, and obviously I got the job. And
Was this your first job?
oh no,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been working since I was 14 years old.
Oh wow.
I used to be a houseman, bellman, construction, a little bit with my brother, but that was my first restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So I got introduced to that, and the first thing that caught my eye is like the cooks, the BS, like the jokes making, right? They would go, "Hey, Chava, ¿cuándo me vas a dar chiquito?" Right? But I was naive because my mom doesn't talk like that. Like my family usually don't talk like that, and I was like, "Cuá chiquito está grande?" But I thought they were talking about my penis. But overall, then like, no, they're talking about your butthole. I'm like, oh shit. You know, I'm over here trying to defend myself. No, no está chiquito, está grande.
So just like the camaraderie, the kind of togetherness of like playfulness and stuff.
Yeah, like the culture, like that's Latino culture. Like, you know, a lot of people say like, you know, we don't like gay people, but like 95% of our jokes are like gay jokes or us grabbing the other guy's butt, right?
Yeah.
You know, when see him bend over, we just grab him, right? Yeah. So it's like, you know, we love them.
Yeah, we can get away with a lot of things.
Yeah. So, you know, that was my first thing. Like I knew I was Mexican. I was always around that kind of culture, but not to the extent of working in the industry, like how loose they were. And, you know, dirty jokes here, dirty jokes there. Yeah. You know, I have 5 girlfriends and a wife, kind of, you know. Like, damn, man, we're you know. Yeah, we're different. Yeah.
It's like, who's this? A whole new world.
Yeah.
So you were a busser, right? What restaurant what was it that you got hired on to?
So this is the restaurant in Carmel Valley Ranch.
It's
a big, like, it's a resort. They have a golf course on it. But inside they have a restaurant. It's called the Oaks.
Okay.
And it wasn't fine dining, but it wasn't Denny's. You still had you come in with a sport coat on and, you know, present yourself somewhere, and they were serve a lot of Italian food. So like that was my first time like actually trying authentic Italian food. I was like, oh man, this is kind of good. And you know, man, from there I went from working from there to room service. And one thing, like rich white people, they're crazy.
Really?
Oh yeah, I have so many stories of just them, just acting like a fool. Like one time I went to deliver food at the room, and I knocked on the door and nobody answered, and I knocked again, and it was the middle of the night, so I was working PM.
Yeah.
And finally, the guy opened the door, and he was like, just sweaty. And so how the rooms are set up, you open the door, the living room's there, and there's another door that leads into the bedroom. So he had that door open, and his girlfriend, wife, mistress, whoever she was, butt naked, asleep on the bed. And mind you, I'm like 19, 20 at this time, right? And he just looks at me, he looks back, he looks at me, he goes, nice, huh? I'm like, man, crazy people,
Yeah.
And so many,
Did they tip well?
Oh yeah. Oh my God, the tips there was amazing.
Yeah.
Especially like they're drunk or high, man. They would just tip extra just because they have I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Hey, can't complain.
Yeah. So a lot of stories like that, and they just opened my eyes. I'm like, man, money's different over here.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. I mean, like I tell you, there's traffic sometimes, and that car week.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, dude. All them. What was it? They did this one study or this announcement, right? It was like $9 billion or $1 billion something worth of cars were at that event one time. It's like, wow. But yeah, that's crazy. So you're there working. Your graduates are kind of moving up in the world in the restaurant business.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at what point were you just like, this is my field. This is what I want to do.
Ooh, really fast.
Really fast.
So I worked at that restaurant for 2 years, and from there I got hired at a Heinen's Inn, Pacific Edge, and back then that was fine dining, like to the max.
Pinkies
up. Like we had to wear a suit with tie, serve the food on the left, pick up from the right, clean up the table between meals. It was like you have to be quiet. You cannot be talking to the coworkers. You go to a restaurant and you see the coworkers messing around.
Yeah.
Whatever. Nah, like you have to do that in the back. Like it was a stage, and we were the actors, and that was an environment that we had to present. Right. So when I was there, that was where like, okay, this is where I want for my life. I wanted to be a wine sommelier, and they would teach you there, like before shift and after shift, we would try wine, like wait till you taste. You're supposed to taste this and that and that. We'll taste different food, and we had different vendors coming in. We had a menu for cigars, so the rep would come in, show us how to cut it, how to smoke it, and we'll be there smoking the cigars before we shave. Yeah, you have to try everything.
So what to present to the people when they ask.
Yeah, you had to try everything.
Yeah.
I tried the Louis 13 from there, like everything. Like you have to.
Yeah.
It would, and and then it's like from there it's like the best thing of working in the industry. Like you go to other fine dining restaurants like Kama Valley and Pebble Beach, and they will hook you up because they know. So you will pay like for one salad and a drink, but that turns into 2 to 3 different desserts, steak, nice wine. They will just keep adding on.
Yeah.
Because they knew you were there to learn and to experience how other people worked. So
I feel like the food industry is like a community and a culture.
Yep.
Right.
Most
and
definitely.
So like you kind of already know who's who. One being here in the Monterey County, right, in the Monterey area, but just in general, right? I don't know. It's like when someone's like in the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And there's two different people in that industry. There's people that work 2 jobs, and both jobs are in the industry, and they're there just to make money and and go home and feed the family. And you have the other group of people that they're there. They have only one job, but they're there to learn and be better at the craft. If that's server, wine sommelier, or front house manager, or a line cook, or a chef, like they take it super serious,
Yeah.
super serious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I'm a strong believer that you learn a lot from food.
yeah,
You learn culture from food.
yep,
You experience something completely new with food. Food is it's a love language.
hmm
I 100% agree with that. But it's a way of life, right? Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's really cool. I got to ask, from growing up and, being used to the Mexican homemade food, everyone cooking, and you're jumping into a job and you're learning all these new lingo, these new foods, just everything's like you're a sponge,
hmm
a dry sponge ready to absorb. How much of a culture shock, if that's the right term, was that for you to go from what you grew up learning and eating to like pinkies up fine dining? Like, what was that like?
Oh, that wasn't that much of a shock.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, especially in Monterey's, Carmel, Pebble Beach, um, you already know that lifestyle existed. It just I never experienced it because I could never afford it.
Mm-hmm.
But working at 4 years old, as a houseman in the hotel industry, I really knew about Pebble Beach and Carmel, right? Of course, there's levels to it, but I really had an idea what that lifestyle was.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until I worked in it where it's like I fell in love with it. I'm like, okay, this could be part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
This could be something, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there wasn't no like a big shock, like, oh man.
Was there what was the first food that you tried that was just like it changed your taste buds? Because I'm sure you had something right once you get into it. You're like you said, you knew it was there, so it wasn't that much of a culture shock. You kind of had an idea,
hmm
right? But what was that first bite of high end fancy food that you just like, had that moment?
It had to be the first restaurant I worked at the Oaks. That so before then I was a houseman at the Monterey Hilton,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm telling you, for break they would give us pasta, lasagna, and after a while I just got tired of it. Like I just don't eat Italian food no more because that was the only thing that would feed us,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like the best thing ever. It was like maybe something from the box or
Yeah.
whatever. So when I started working there, I got reintroduced to pasta, but uh,
Real pasta.
real pasta, and from there I fell in love with it. I went home to cook it to my mom, to my sisters, and it's like, man, this is real food.
Mm-hmm.
So from that place, it was like, okay, there's levels to this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Oaks was the first ones. Like, okay, yeah, this is
The pasta changed your life.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
When I found out what and how pasta is made, right? Because you grew up like, oh, pasta, whatever,
Mhm.
a little caldo de fideo,
Yeah, yeah.
but then you realize, dude, it's so easy to make.
hmm
Flour and eggs. That's all it is,
yeah,
right? That is pretty cool. And so you're learning, you're going and they're teaching you, they're giving you food to try, right? You're expanding. Um, do you ever feel like, man, I'm a high roller?
always,
Yeah.
always. So I'm bushy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love that. Like every time I go to Carmel, especially when I go to Pebble Beach, it just feels home.
Yeah.
Like I never felt
Out of place.
out of place. Yeah, like I love that. Like drinking from a wine glass, caviar, champagne, like small steak. That like I love all that stuff. Like yeah. So man, that's my dream right there.
Yeah, yeah. And so you've been around it then.
Oh,
So,
yeah,
so
yeah.
now that you're up there, and you're a little bit older, you're going around to these different restaurants, and you're just, reviewing food. You're trying new foods, and so before we get into more of the food, uh, after that restaurant series, when you first were working, um, did you start anywhere else? Were you just there? Did you move up into like a higher position? like a manager position, or were you just kind of more around like the food?
So I wanted to be a wine sommelier, but with the problem with that, like I have a speech impediment,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been my whole life I've been in special ed,
Mm-hmm.
so I wasn't confident enough where I could put 100% into studies and make sure I passed the classes and all that stuff, and then so that that dream went away, and so I'm like, oh, let me stick to food runner, busser, and
Yeah.
I just figure out what else can I do, and then you know after 2 years working there, I started to get panic attacks, and at that time I didn't know what were they, so I was like I was getting panic attacks. I couldn't explain it. What was it? And then one time I got hired at Pebble Beach, and my first day was on Thanksgiving
Oh wow.
for brunch, Thanksgiving. So that was my first day. So I started, doing what I was doing, and then I lost it. They had to call my mom to come pick me up, and my mom was screaming, "You
Yeah.
better have something wrong with you! Like you cannot be doing this. This is Pebble Beach. Like
Yeah.
you know, if you're from the area and you're Latino, and you work in the industry, the number one goal is to work at Full Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
Like Pebble Beach, that's the
Pinnacle.
That's the pinnacle. That's
where
working for Apple for us,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the mindset we have, right or wrong, but that's the mindset. And so she took me to the doctor, and to look me over, and then I just told my mom, yeah. He goes, he has a panic attack. And like, you have to figure out something else to work. So I quit working there, and I started working at the hospital, Chomp.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've been there, for 18 years now, at the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. You go from like reaching that pinnacle, working at Pebble Beach, and it being your first day
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving, and then then you stop.
Yep.
Oh, dude, like how hard was that?
Difficult.
Yeah.
Difficult, but it was just the mentality. Okay, now you have to do this now.
Uh-huh.
There was, there was no time to to sit down and to see. Oh, what do I want from life? It was just I had to,
Keep on going.
keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's crazy because like I get that where you have a goal,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you reach your goal, and you see I'm a sports guy. So like I'm looking at it from a sports point of view, where you get to the NFL, right? Professional sports, and you're in it for like a season or whatever, and you get hurt, and then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
You call it quits.
Yeah.
Like you can't continue playing, or else, man, that's a rough way to just one go out, but also just like to kind of not give up on your dreams, but just like crumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. And talk about like that time where you said like you didn't have time to sit back and be depressed, but you got to keep on going. How did you keep on going? Because sometimes you need a moment to feel it, but you can't be there for too long.
Yeah.
But it seems like you didn't have that grace period. You just had to get up and go right away.
Yeah. It's all to my mom. I was depressed, but I didn't know about that feeling was. So I quit that job. I was not working like for a month straight, and at that time, luckily, I was living with my mom. And just one day, she came home. I got you a job where I work, and you start whatever the next week.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I don't want to. She found me a job as a janitor, housekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't want to do that. It's just, oh well, I got you the job already.
Yeah.
So I started working there, and then I got pushed to apply for the hospital, Chomp, because once again, if you didn't work at Pebble Beach, like working at Chomp, like that's like the benefits is good.
Mm-hmm.
They pay you excellent. So, and it was super hard to get into. At that time, it was super hard to get into the hospital.
Yeah.
And I applied for 6 months. Finally, got the interview, and I got hired, to be a houseman also over there. And luckily for my mom, she's like my dad.
Yeah.
She knows how to push me to the edge where I'm not gonna rebel against her, but I understand what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Like for example, like one time I had so I have 4 kids, and when my second oldest, when she was a baby, we were driving on the freeway, and it was like super raining, and I guess I went over some black ice, spin around, hit the sign, and my daughter was just, her eyes like just, pop up. She was bleeding, and so they took her to the hospital with my wife because my wife was in the car, and so I stayed behind to talk to the police, and then finally the police left. My mom came to pick me up. I got into the car. We were driving to the hospital, and I started crying. And she looks at me and she goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I almost killed my daughter. At that time I didn't know what was wrong with her, but I'm thinking about the worst. And she goes, "You can't be crying. Like, you have to go to the hospital, be strong for your daughter, and be strong for your wife, because your wife is gonna be crying. Like, you can't. No, you have to be strong for the family." And I just looked at her, and it just clicked. I'm like, okay, stop crying. I stopped crying, got to the hospital, talked to the nurses, and see what we can do next and everything. And luckily, my daughter's just strong. She woke up. She's been fine ever since.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, my mom, she's my rock. She knows how to push me to the point where, like, I understand.
Yeah.
Like, I know people say this, oh, that's doing too much. Like, like, it's okay to cry and everything. But there's moments where you're gonna have like, hey, snap out of it, like focus on what you need to do, and that's what my mom did for me. Yeah.
So she's your anchor.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah,
big time.
And just with the look at it, just the look kind of puts you in where you need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know she's not being malicious or being mean. I know what she's trying to do, and she did, right? Yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Let's go at it, right? Yeah.
Shout out to mom.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. Yeah.
No, that is cool.
Yeah.
Man. So just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to downplay it or take away, but the fact that you even got there, right? You said that's the pinnacle you got there. Not a lot of people can say that.
Yeah.
You know, not a lot of people can say, like, I worked at Pebble Beach. If that's like your Super Bowl, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And you tried.
Yeah.
You got there. You tried. Was it meant to be? But you can't take away from the fact that you got there.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that in itself is a good testimony where, like,
yeah,
I got there.
Yeah.
And so you started working where you're at now. You say you've been there, what,
18 years?
18 years.
Yeah.
18 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's that been like there for 18 years?
Mixed emotions.
Uh-huh.
My first few years, it's just, it was just, I have to do it. I got a year after working there, I got married. I have 4 kids, so it was, paycheck. Boom, boom. Then the pandemic happened, right? Then it was like, I was like, that opened my eyes. I'm like, I need to do something different.
Yeah.
Like, me and my wife talk about this all the time. Like, we woke up. The pandemic woke us up.
Yeah.
Because we would just focus on work, kids, right? And it's a beautiful thing. Like, yeah, we should have done that, of course. But the pandemic woke us up. It was like, oh, like, we can do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't have to be just at the hospital because, we get paid good money and then I have, great
benefits,
right? Like, I deserve to be happy too.
Yeah.
Right. So, for the past four years, I've been selfish. Like, I've been thinking about my needs more now than before. It was like, my kids, making sure they have
what they need, taking care of
exactly,
them.
right? Yeah. We're not rich, but they have, we're surviving, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm just being selfish. It's like, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want my legacy to be?
Yeah.
And I've been working on that ever since.
Yeah. And you started 2020, right? Kind of doing what you're doing now,
Yeah.
little by little. Because I scrolled all the way down,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
all the way down to like the first picture,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm
Yeah.
like 2020, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you have all this experience. You've worked, you know, in the food industry. You've learned. You made it to the pinnacle, Pebble Beach. You kind of, you know, life happened,
Mm-hmm.
right? And obviously you're learning, right? You get married, you have kids, and you said you have 4 kids,
4 kids. Yeah.
all girls.
The 2 oldest are girls, and
Uh-huh.
the 2 youngest are boys.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
So that right there in itself, it's a life changing,
Yep.
right? Life changing moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like what you said, and I'm a firm believer about that. Where you said that you kind of got selfish,
Mm-hmm.
and in the sense that okay, you've put in your time. I'm not downplaying. For anyone that's watching, it's like oh no, you're talking bad about, you know, what it is to be a family man. Like no. I think it's important to focus on yourself a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not a parent, but what I've learned is that in order to move forward in anything, you got to work on yourself, and you got to put yourself first sometimes,
Yeah.
right? Because how can you put your kids first if you can't take care of yourself in general, right?
Yeah.
Like family,
Yeah.
relationships, you know, you got to be able to handle your needs. And so you have all this experience, and what was the first thing that you wanted to do?
Fashion.
Fashion. Okay.
I wanted to start creating t-shirts. I love fashion. I'm creative,
Uh-huh.
so I wanted to do fashion, and my wife's like, okay, let's do it, and we soon realized that it was expensive, right? To buy t-shirts.
Yeah.
We had the design, we had the name of the brand and everything. I just didn't have the money
Yeah.
to make it happen. So my next great idea was, okay, and I thought this would be easy. I'm like, okay, let's do social media, and let me, Barstool,
Barstool.
they've one bite.
Yeah. Portnoy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I got inspired by the one bite pizza.
Uh-huh.
But since I didn't have the money to keep buying pizzas or food around the area, I'm like, let me start with coffee.
One sip coffee review.
Yeah. So that's how I got into it. Let me do one sip coffee review.
Uh-huh.
It's a few bucks to get a cup of coffee, and I'm like, and he goes, I'm gonna be so good at it that I'm gonna get brand deals, and with that money of the brand deals, I can start with my fashion.
Yeah.
And I don't know why my wife said yes to this. She goes, yeah, let's do it. Even now, right? Like there's some benefits where now what I'm doing where we can see like people reaching out, let's do this together. Do you want to come to this event?
Yeah.
So now she can see like, okay, yeah, there's something there. But in the beginning, I have no idea why would she say yes to it, right? And she was my camera person. I'm like, you have to be my camera person, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, let's do the one sip coffee review. And we did our first coffee shop, Acme in Seaside. They've been awesome to us throughout the years. And the whole episode, my wife was just talking. And
behind the camera?
Yeah. Put her 2 cents in it. And she's like, I don't want to be in your show. Just edit me out. And I went home and I was like, there's no way I can edit you out. You're talking every 2 seconds. Like, I'm going to have to put you on this. She goes, okay. And that happened. And the first time, 50 people watched the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so happy with 50 people. Because I have, like, not to be a downer, but I don't have friends.
Uh-huh.
So when I started this, it was just me and, like, 2 family members that were on. At that time, I had only, like, 20 people.
Yeah.
Followers. Like, I had nothing. So to have 50 views, I'm like, oh, my God, like, I'm going somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And ever since that, the coffee thing immediately blew up. People love my wife and how she treats me on it. And then one day people like, hey, come try our food. And I did that, and that's, Chopping with Chava thing happened. right? And then we I keep Ikitori, they're a symphony, and we come out by the sea. Like, hey, we have this performance. Come watch us. And that's how I got into doing events.
Yeah.
And it was just little bit by little bit. People reaching out doing this and that, and I just I'm the I'm the guy to be at your event or try your food.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
And to go from fashion, because I get it. My friends make fun of me, but I consider myself a bit of a fashionista myself. I like to color coordinate. I like to look good. I take it back from Jerry Rice. He used to say, "Look good, feel good, play good."
Yeah.
So I used to do this thing called Fashion Sundays, where every Sunday I'd post an outfit, and it's like from head to toe. I get the fit. And actually, I would get a lot of my stuff from Walmart.
Yeah.
Right. So Walmart hit me up on my comments. Hey, we like this. Can we use this? Heck yeah. I don't know whatever happened with that, but it was around the pandemic time. Fashion Sundays. I might bring it back. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, dude, it's expensive.
Yeah.
And to always be trying to coordinate and you want to wear good stuff, but then you want people to see it too.
Yeah.
And sometimes I will look good, but dude, I got nothing planned for the day, so I just. But hey, it's fashion is an expensive hobby.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And so, but to go from that into sipping coffee, right? And you know what? Coffee right now is booming.
Crazy.
Huge.
Crazy.
Everyone has a coffee shop, or everyone has a
Yep.
coffee cart or
Yep.
truck right now. And so, and then you're going to events where people are like, hey, come try. Dude, what is that like? You went from an idea, a dream, and you had, like I said, you grew up with this experience working in the food industry, and to doing what you're doing now. How big of a life-changing moment was this?
Big. Especially so like I said, I have a spiritual temperament. I don't try to hide that. This is who I am, and and so I always been through my whole life. I always been shy, because the way I look, the way I talk, and to get the reaction of people that they love this and they want to do more stuff with me, it's like, it feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good, right? I was like, man, people call, can you be an MC for this event? I'm like, I have a spiritual pyramid. Like, no, that's why we want you. Like, we love your energy. Just say whatever. I'm like, okay. And I'm just there, right? Like, I always mess up. It's hard for me to say some words, right? I get lost in the moment, whatever. But it's authentically me.
Yeah.
This is who I am. And to get the feedback from the community that they accept me and that's what they're looking for, it's just amazing, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I try to parade, in my videos, the different experience you can have at a different location. And if they accept me and they love me for who I am here, why not you? You can see yourself here too.
Yeah.
And one of the issues that we have, a lot of Latinos, they don't like to go to Carmel or Pebble Beach because it's,
It's bougie.
It's bougie.
Yeah.
And they, and I'm there to say, yes, it's bougie, but they love us here. I have never experienced hate in Carmel or Pebble Beach. I have in Monterey, but in Carmel, Pebble Beach, it's always been love.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to, I love my taco stands, but I love my lobster tails in Pebble Beach. You know what I'm saying? Oysters, I love all that. I love both worlds and everything between that. And that's why I like to show.
Well, that's great because when it comes to food, to have that wide range of experiences, taste buds, that's what it's about, because that's how you get these high fancy bougie food, because you try the $1 tacos on a Tuesday, right? And so it's like the flavors and it's the culture and it's the adventure, it's the journey, it's a story, right? Food tells a story, and I I would say one of my favorite food icons was Anthony Bourdain,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't appreciate him until I got older, because right, like I'm sure you did too. Like you mentioned, you used to spend hours in front of the TV watching the Food Network and all that stuff, and I would watch his stuff, and now as an adult, I was like, I get it. He would go to these different holes in the walls. He would go to these, countries where it's like, it's just regular, food.
Yeah.
It's what I guess you could say peasant food, in the sense that, like, I'm sure these people that are high bougie, they wouldn't eat this food, and he would have it. He would love it. He said that his favorite bowl of ramen, and I saw this video recently, was at this like hole in the wall in Thailand, where it's just like tables were just like all old, and because it was authentic.
Yeah.
Right. And so I truly believe that in order to be, at a high level of food, you gotta try everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Try everything. And so I'm sure you feel the same way. You've in between, you love, everything there.
Yeah.
And so, oh gosh, I just lost my train of thought because I'm hungry. For the record, I had like 2 pancakes before I came. I didn't want to overeat because I didn't want to be all full. But now that you were talking about it, I was like, dude, let's go grab some food after this.
I haven't ate yet today.
Yeah,
I haven't ate because same way. I don't want to be like
all full and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man. What? Oh man. Okay, so you're doing all these food reviews and you're doing all this, and like I said, you had mentioned people love you for you because you're authentic, and it's funny because I feel the same way. Like there's like an authenticity. There's an authentic feel to this conversation right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. I feel very comfortable in just talking, and I can see why people are feeling that way, and I can see why people continue to reach out to you because it's authentic.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you want with food in general and with company, right? And so what was the first major kind of content video that you made that really just like, because you mentioned that the one coffee episode kind of got you there, and so that kind of launched you forward, but what was the one that just like boom sells here?
I think that happened this year. So I have a lot of videos, and a lot of them are like under 1,000 views or at the 1,000 views. But this year, there's been multiple videos that's has been 5,000, 10,000. When I do contact with Salinas Food Fly In with Casa de Humos, those the first one we did, it was 20,000.
Wow.
Right, and then this year there's more people coming up. Oh, I see your stuff. I love it. Oh, I love your laugh. I love your laugh, and everybody loves to laugh.
Yeah.
Right. So this year there hasn't been like one like, oh my God, this made me. It's been like multiple.
Yeah.
It's like it's just a collection of them that explains who I am, what I'm trying to do. Even on TikTok, like TikTok for the longest, like 200 views. But this year, like Danny's Donuts in Salinas, that was the first big video that did well in TikTok and kind of put me over the top, and that one got I think it's at 20,000 right now, but that one's the first one. Was like, oh, okay, and then we did another one that's at 15,000.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing Danny's Donut Shop in Salinas on TikTok helped me tremendously, where I had only like 500 followers. Now I'm like close to 2,000, and that happened like a few months ago. So yeah, okay. So Danny's Donut Shop. That was the big one. Yeah,
nice. Yeah. When you go out there, like what restaurants do you decide to go? Because you said that people reach out to you, hey, come try this food, come try this food, and I'm sure you're trying to balance out, right? Which one to go to, and which ones do you decide? Like, okay, I'm gonna go try this one, and then how do you make that decision to go?
If they reach out to me, I say yes. So right now I'm on the mission of expanding the brand, acknowledge, stabilizing the brand, like who I am and what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna say yes. You reach out, I'm gonna say yes. Especially last year, I was saying yes to everything. One, I don't have money to actually go to each restaurant I want to try. Because it is expensive. I have 4 kids, and everybody wants something, right? So usually if they reach out to me, I'm saying yes, and I've been lucky enough where different people from different areas are reaching out. If that's Lolofo's Cafe in Pacific Grove, or, have you been there?
I have not.
So the owner is he's a Mexican chef, and he Mondays to Saturdays he cooks mostly Italian food, lasagna, pasta, pizza, and everything's delicious.
Yeah.
And then on Sundays he turns that place to heat waves, where he sells Nashville chicken sandwich.
Oh wow.
And there's always a line to get those sandwiches.
Wow.
So he reached out once, and he goes, "Hey, can you do a commercial for me?" And this is like during the pandemic, or like a year or two after the pandemic. So me being creative, I did a funny commercial for him, and he loved it, right? And then usually that's how it works. La Tortuga and Seaside reach out, "Hey, can we do this something?" Or Mi Tierra in Wansonville. Have you been to Mi Tierra?
I have been, yeah.
Carlos, he reached out to me. "Hey, can we do something?" I'm like, "Yeah." And luckily, all the food was delicious, right? I haven't gone to a place where I'm like, "Oh, I can't post this," right?
Yeah.
I'm being lucky so far. That, and also like Monterey County, we have some great foods. Like it's hard to make bad food.
Yeah, in Monterey, yeah.
Yeah. From Wansonville, Castroville, Salinas, Marina, Seaside, it's kind of hard to make bad food. If you make bad food, it's like you don't belong in the industry. Like it's kind of hard. Like we have high quality ingredients around here. But yeah, like I've been lucky enough where people have reached out. 95% of the collabs I've been done is because they reached out, or I'm like, "Hey, can we do this?" And they're like, "Yeah." Boom.
Yeah.
But I've been lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had mentioned that you haven't had bad food to where you can't post it.
Yeah.
Right? You know what? I tried recently during the pandemic, prior to the pandemic, I tried doing food reviews too on my personal page, and I actually got a few of them up. So if anyone wants to go look at those, what are your thoughts on, helping a business get promoted, right? You want to promote food, and right, but also like being honest with food.
Yeah.
Right, because I think that's one of the biggest things that I have trouble with. Right, it's one of my pet peeves where people want to give 10 out of 10 to everything.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because I'm collabing with them. 10 out of 10 because they're buying me the food. Let's face it, a 10 out of 10 is a perfect score. That means to me, after my experiences with food, that is the best thing that you've ever had in your life.
Period.
Yep. And you will only eat that for the rest of your life. Right? That's what a 10 out of 10 is.
Yeah.
And let's face it, I don't think there's a 10 out of 10 out there, because everyone, like, there's different scales, right? Maybe there's that one food that you could eat forever, because you love it, right? But I do believe that too much of a good thing is bad.
Yeah.
So how do you continue to do what you're doing, but be honest too with the food? My stomach's rumbling right now. Oh, snap. Guys, this is I'm telling you, it's but yeah, because I don't trust anyone that says 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no. So in the beginning, when I was doing that one coffee review, I would have, I was trying to be authentic to the one bite review, so I would have given a score. But as I was going to like, I'm not a negative guy.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be negative on the business because my palate could be different to yours.
Yeah.
So what I hate, you must love, and you know. So
Yeah.
so what I do now, I I just show like the environment, the vibe, the experience you can have there at the restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be up to you if you like it. Where like, oh, I can come often. But there is you would if you have seen my stuff, you would know like okay, he means like he loves that one because
Yeah.
there's things I'm like man, wow, I'm authentic where I'm not gonna be negative and everything, but I'm not also gonna fake it and oversay you on
Yeah.
something, right?
Yeah.
Like Guy Ferrari when he does the drive through,
Yeah. Drivers, dinings, and dives. Yeah.
right? How I know that he likes the food because he's not negative either. He calls the cook chefs. So when he's talking to the cook, when he's not the chef or he's not the owner, but he's the cook of the thing, if he calls if he calls him a chef by the end of the episode, that means that he respects him enough how good the food is to give him that title.
Wow. I did
Right.
not notice that.
Yeah, if you watch this episode, he goes, "Chef, this is amazing." And especially if they're Latinos or like he that's his key phrase, "Chef, thank you, this is amazing." So I know he loves loves that food. So I'm not gonna call nobody chef, but there's I think I'm thinking enough where the audience can see and like okay, he means that.
Yeah.
Like that has to be that
Yeah.
good, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I've I am I'm not gonna mention names, and I want to get I'm gonna reach out to him to come on the podcast. Or maybe I have reached out. I can't remember, but someone that you've had on your show too, and and this is just in general, right? They tried Taylor's hot dogs. Have you ever had Taylor's hot dogs here?
Oh yeah. Okay,
Okay.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So they gave him they tried the hot dog and they gave him a 10 out of 10. And I love Taylor's hot dogs. It's a staple in Watsonville.
Yes, of course.
It's not a
Yep.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It is not a 10 out of 10. Maybe it was a 10 out of 10 back in the 80s and 70s. Cause I used to have this conversation with people here all the time. The chili was homemade.
Mm-hmm.
The off beef hot dogs were like locally sourced.
Yeah.
And the stories that I hear from the old timers talk about Taylor's hot dogs was like, it makes my mouth water how they describe it. And I've been around, and it's not a 10 out of 10 anymore. I mean, I love Taylor's hot dogs. It's a staple. I give it like a 5, 6 at best, and it's not to bash Taylor's. Everyone, like I said, everyone has their own taste buds.
Yeah.
But the quality you could definitely tell over time has gone down.
Okay.
Because the recipe's changed.
Yeah.
I think it's a 10 out of 10 because of nostalgia
And the price.
and the price. You
I don't know
can't
how-
beat that.
Yeah. Back then the price was. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even now, like you can't beat that price.
Yeah.
Right? It's nostalgia. you know?
Yeah.
So and that's what I battle because I want to get back into the food game, But it's like I want to be honest,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't want to be biased. I want to be
Right,
honest and be like, you know what, I didn't like it, or but I'm not trying to bash the business either.
Yeah, exactly.
Because everyone's trying to eat,
Mhm.
and I'm
Yep.
trying to respect the hustle,
Yeah.
But I want to be honest, So I get that. I 100% get that. So far, you've had a lot of food. What's been like your, I don't know about favorite, but what's one that you really enjoyed?
The Lofos Cafe in Pacific Grove. That kid is a genius. Like he has that gift. 2 years ago, he was in a competition in Pebble Beach for barbecue, and he won it.
Wow.
And he doesn't barbecue. He's not known for his barbecue. He's known for his pasta, pizzas,
Yeah.
and he won it. You have to go try it. Like he makes his own desserts. He has cakes, cookies, his cookie bars, like, amazing. he's the best.
Yeah.
Like you have to believe me. Like his stuff is. Everybody that I tell to go try it and they go try it, they're like, yeah, Sal, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
And that kid's just a genius.
Yeah.
It's one of those chefs like he's gonna go far, super far.
Yeah.
Super far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. We're gonna go check it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's been one that you would go out of your way to go get? Like, you know what? It's an inconvenience to go because of where I'm at or what I'm doing, but I'm gonna go get it anyways. What's that one place you would go and hit up? Same one.
It's in Pacific Grove. It's kind of like for me. It's kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
But if if I have extra money in my pocket and I want some food that is going to guarantee to satisfy me, Lofos. A few weeks ago, my daughter, my oldest, she went and she ate there and she got she brought back some dessert, and I got mad. I'm like, this is the last time that you go and you don't tell me. You didn't tell me that it went. Like, I got mad. I went to the room like, this is the last time. Every time you go, you have to tell me about it. But you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, I'm definitely. You guys heard it here. Sal said it. I'm gonna go try, and shoot, maybe we'll just do a collab and go over there.
Yeah, for sure. Let me know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Dang. Sorry, I'm.
Yeah. No,
it's the stomach that's speaking for me right now.
No, it's magical. Yeah.
And so you also started doing, like you mentioned, coffee with Chava, right? And you've had some people come on and conversate. What are you still doing it? And when you first started, what was the reception?
So I'm still doing it, and I'm just waiting to happen. I don't look for it. I do not tell people if they want to come. Like I think the only person I ever told to come on was Danny V. That was the only person who ever, and everybody else was like, can I go do it? And so the first time I did it, a good friend from Salinas, Masa 831, he's a big community guy. He helps out with the community a lot. He has a good following on social media. So it was one time where the painters were painting the bridges, the memorial. So he's like, "Hey, I'm actually gonna go get some, deliver some coffee and some donuts for them. You want to tag along?" I'm like, "Sure." My wife came along. We brought the cameras and just in case. And then we were just walking. He turns around. He goes, "Interview me." I'm like, "Interview you?" I'm like, "Yeah, just interview me." I'm like, "I don't know what to tell you." I'm like, "Just talk." And we started talking, and and that became the first Coffee with Chava. And then ever since, like, "Hey, can I be on can I be on that Coffee with Chava? Can I do this? Can I do that?" I'm like, "Okay." So when I do that, it's pretty much on the right moment, like when it happens. Like I definitely don't look for it because my wife's like, "We can't do another project. Like, we have enough already with the coffee, with your food, and your events, and then our business, Casa SPS Media." I'm like, so that's in the back pocket, but I'm just waiting for the right moment for the right person to come along and say, "Hey, can we do something?" I'm like, "Well, Coffee with Chava, let's do it." Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. It's kind of like you're doing your own podcast. It's kind
of
yeah.
It's my mini. I call it my mini IG podcast. You know, it's my it's always on the fly on different locations. I don't have a great studio like this, but it's like always in the streets or at a coffee shop or whatever. Yeah.
No, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool. I don't know. We might just have to do that too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You mentioned your business. Repeat the name again.
Casa SPS Media.
Okay. So, what got you to start that? Was that also during the pandemic? That was that around that time.
Yeah. So when we got into doing what I was doing, whatever you call that, my wife, is like, "Hey, I think we have something here. Can I quit work and go to school and actually make this into a business? I'm like, sure, let's do it. Yeah. And one of her projects at school was she had to create a business and, learn, build the business. So we're like, I'm like, let's create the business.
Yeah.
And it was social media management, right? So I had the name Casa SPS. That was the name of my fashion line. Because House of Louis, House of Gucci. So instead of house, I put Casa, and SPS is my initials. So Casa SPS, and so we just put media in there. So we created that business, and so we started taking pictures of this guy who built houses in Santa Cruz, and we would go take pictures of the done product, and we give it to him, and he will post it on his social media. Mm-hmm. So we started doing that, and that's also funny. Like we ended doing that, and then we got into Ink at the Bay. Have you heard Ink at the Bay?
I've heard of Ink at the Bay, yeah.
So we got introduced with Ink at the Bay, and they're like, can we have pictures of our event too? And we got good at that. Like we got good at capturing moments. So a lot of our videos that we show, we show the moment of your event. Like it's not staged pictures. It's like
the authenticity.
Yes, and that's what we look for, and that's what people are happy with. Like that's what we want. So we started doing that. We got connected with other people, and then we helped. We kind of got away from social media management into branding and marketing. Where we helped this guy who's a promoter in Salinas. He wanted to have his own beer, and we found the brewer. We helped with the name, with the logo, and so we helped that, and that's taking off right now. People love that beer, Ata Nota. Mm-hmm. So now we're helping people with their branding, like where it's what they're looking for. Like how can we make this as marketable as possible. So that's what we're focusing on now. Yeah.
And how's that been in the sense that it's taking you places and connecting you with people, mm-hmm. right, all over the area.
Yeah.
It's like an adventure. It's like a journey. It's an everyday journey.
Yeah.
And so talk about like the people that you've met and how that's impacted your family, yourself.
Man, it's been amazing. I see myself as I'm a fixer. Like I know certain people and what they're good at, and I can fit them in a puzzle like where it will make sense. Mm-hmm. Like for example, this other lady Laura, she makes café de olla, mm-hmm. and now we're gonna try to help her make her own beer, like a porter, and with café de olla. So there's different things that happens, like where like, hey, we need help with this, and we know the right person for it, and that has been amazing. I love doing that, but also it's like it's been. I'm trying to find the right word for it. So I grew up just work. Uh-huh. And so what I'm doing now with branding and marketing is so, I never thought about it. Like it's so out of my world. It's like I don't know how I got into it, but thank God I did. We figured out that we're good at it. And now I'm learning that we are growing that business, and 2026 is going to be crazy for me.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those years I make it or I go broke.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I'm excited because I know I have the people where I can reach out and say, hey, I need help on X or Y or with this, and they're there for me. I have my wife and me, we have putting in the work where people trust us. So when we go and talk to them about certain things, we have built a rapport where they're like, this out. Anything for you. Like, you guys are, yes. You know what I'm saying? So
you've put in the work, and
yes.
you're making those connections and networking.
Yes.
And you're building yourself on, like you said, back authenticity, right? Because that's what people want. That's what people trust.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want something that's fake.
Yeah.
You know, they want realness.
Yeah.
So,
you know, and next year, 2026, that's where I'm putting it to the test. Like, how far I can, you know, push this. So, yeah.
Yeah, dang. You said that your wife quit her job?
Oh, she stopped working 5 years ago, like 1 month into the business. It's
Wow.
Like, yeah.
So she went all in. You guys went all in.
We went all in, not knowing nothing.
Yeah.
And you know, there's been some years it's been like hard as, you know, like there's moments where like,
yeah,
I'm about to lose my stuff.
Dang.
Right. And luckily this year it's been amazing. A lot of eye opening. It's like, okay, we definitely have something here.
Yeah.
Let's focus on that. And when's this coming out?
This is gonna come out 15th.
Oh, okay. By that time, I'm putting my 2 weeks notice too at the hospital.
Yeah.
So I'm just 100%. I'm just gonna focus on this
Well,
one.
you're locked in.
I'm locked in.
Yeah.
I'm locked in. I'm scared, nervous, but it feels good. I think it feels right. It feels right. Yeah.
So by the time this episode comes out, which is December 15th, it's a Monday, you'll be done.
I will put my 2 weeks notice. I'm putting my 2 weeks notice on Monday.
Oh, dang.
And my last day at work will be, if they granted that to me, December 22nd. And from now on, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's yeah, dude. You guys are going all in, dude. You guys are putting all your chips in.
Yeah.
What's been the? I'm sure it's scary.
Oh yeah.
Scary.
Yeah.
Right. How are you guys handling that unknown of, you know, you're going all in, everything you guys got, and it's admirable. It's admirable big time.
Yeah.
Someone told me, you know, especially with what I'm doing, is you gotta put in the work, and you gotta be all in.
Yeah.
Right. And I 100% agree with that. Right. And so how are you guys handling though? Because it's unknown.
I guess as good as we can. We still, you know, have to worry about the kids, take them to school, you know, pay some bills. And honestly, we are the kind of couple that we live. It's like, it's day by day. I'm a strong believer in, if we do the work, opportunities is going to present themselves.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, okay, but here in 5 months, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? I'm like, I'm not worried about that. Like, let's put in the work, let's get organized, and those opportunities will show up. And they do. It's been like that for the past 4 years. Like, oh, we need to do this, and somebody calls, hey, that you know, I need this, and like, okay, there we go. That's your answer. That's how we got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. You're right. Just day by day.
Day by day.
You know,
just,
what do they say? Can't worry about the past because it already happened. Can't worry about tomorrow because it hasn't happened. You got to worry all about today because, you know, today's the present, right? You got to focus on that right now.
Yeah.
Dang, that is. I admire that. I admire that because it's a dream that you guys are going in on.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And it's great that you have each other. For that.
Yeah.
Oh man, it gives me goosebumps right there, man. And honestly, I'm rooting for you, bro. Like, I'm rooting for you. Like, that is cool. That is inspiring. To be honest, like, I'm sitting right here talking to you, and like, I'm inspired by what you're telling me in your story.
Yeah.
That makes me want to quit my job too. Hey, quit your job, leave it all behind, and follow your dreams.
Just don't blame me.
Yeah, full disclosure. Sign a waiver. Don't blame us. What was it? A former NFL quarterback, once said, and I hold on to this. I think about this. Robert Griffin III. He said, "Don't chase your dreams, catch them."
There we go. Yeah. Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're catching yours.
Yeah.
You're catching yours, and that's freaking. I'm big on motivation, right?
Yeah.
Playing sports and all that, and I feel like I can run through a wall right
there
now.
We go. Yeah.
Dang, man, but I'm rooting for you guys. That is awesome. That is awesome. Sometimes you just gotta, it's all about having the great support system around you, right?
Yeah.
And that is so. Would you have ever like what would that conversation be like talking to a 18-year-old you?
Oh man,
with everything that you're doing, dude. Oh my gosh,
that would have been crazy.
If you would have told yourself at 18 that you're going to be doing all this and you're going to quit your job,
I wouldn't believe it. Nah, I couldn't. There was no way. My God, not talking mess or. I grew up. You be a good husband with 2 jobs, support your family, be a mechanic, work in construction, be a server. But that was it. There was no notion of hey, you can be a art director, you can be a a doctor or anything creative, right?
Yeah.
That was nowhere in my sidekick. Like there was no way, and from going from that to what I'm doing now, it's like, and there's still a lot to grow. There's still a lot, like currently that it's still a dream, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? I'm on the right path. So from going from that to how I was raised up to be, it's completely, it's crazy. I would have never thought it like that.
What would you tell yourself? What would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Hold on. Yeah.
And would you change anything that you've ever experienced?
Nah. Because all that got me to a place where I'm now. If I was successful younger, maybe I'll be like an asshole right now.
Yeah.
Right. I love my family. I love my wife. I love my kids. I love my mom. I'm humbled, and with the success and the opportunities coming along, like I need that. I need to be rooted. I can't.
Yeah.
Like right now, I can't fuck this up.
Yeah.
Like if I have a one night stand, it's not worth it for me right now.
Yeah.
Like I have too much on the line. I'm 41 years old. I'm barely tapping into my potential.
Yeah.
Like I can't fuck this up.
You have everything to lose.
Yeah, I have everything to lose. I can't, be a drug addict. I can't have multiple wives or girlfriends. Like I can't fuck this up.
Yeah.
So like I'm kind of happy like the sacrifice that's been put in my place for in this path right now. I can just focus on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's great. One of the things that like I said, the things that make us who we are, the experiences. I don't have any regrets, right? And I'm sure you feel the same way. There's no regrets on what you've gone through, because a lot of the times those moments of hardships early on, and sometimes everyone has had those moments. Those moments will make you who you are.
Yep.
Right? And like you said, if you didn't go through any of that, you would be a completely different person.
Yeah.
Right? And I reflect back on my struggles and my decision makings. And it's just like, at that moment, I was a dumb kid. I was a dumb young adult. You know, maybe I shouldn't have said that thing, or maybe I shouldn't have acted that way or reacted. But sometimes, if we didn't have those moments, that hardship, we would be somewhere else. We wouldn't be the person that we are. Yeah. And so yes, we do wish that we could had done things differently, but sometimes those outcomes, you can't regret them. Yeah. Yeah. Dang, dude. This is freaking like philosophical, inspiring podcast right here, man. I want to run through a window right now, through a wall, and that feeling you get when you right before you go into a sporting event, you're playing football. Like that's how I feel right now, dude. And I'm hungry too.
My wife ran up, be like, "Oh, shut up." I go on rants too on my wife, and God bless her. She's she hears everything. It's like okay.
Yeah.
Man, can you take the garbage out now?
All right, chingon, go. Yeah. But I love it, man. You have your mom that kind of keeps you in check, and she knows.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You have your wife that's just like supporting you. You guys are, from the sounds of it, freaking greatest tag team of all time. Yeah. How important is that to have that kind of support?
Oh, huge. I tell my wife all the time, like, if it wasn't for her, like, I would still be just, asleep, just doing the everyday, work, family. Because I don't know how to. I tell her my ideas, and she grabs them and fun maps them in a way where we can actually do it. We can, okay, this is the steps we can do it. Like, I know you want to do this, but how can we get there? And she helps me guide to those emails if I need help on emails or whatever. Like, she's there. Without her, like, I would not have no idea how to do this. And my mom, she's just a realist. I was super scared of telling her about my 2-week notice because she's old school, and she just looks at me and she goes, "I'm proud of you." Like, I'll be scared. Because she still works 2 jobs. It's because she wants to. She doesn't need to. And she says, "I'm trying to retire, and I just can't retire. And I'm proud of you that you are willing to go for it." I was like, man, I was not expecting that from my mom. I was expecting her to go, I don't know, it's kind of hard to find those health insurance. You have kids. Remember, you have 2 babies at home still, right? But no, I was surprised. I'm like, okay. And that, because I had doubts. And then with talking to her, I'm like, okay, this is now. Yeah. Like, for sure, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Can you kind of speak on what you got going for 2026? Like, you say you got a lot coming.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What can you give us a glimpse a little bit on what you got coming on?
So I have my own product coming out in the next few months. Not ready to announce it exactly what it is, but it's gonna be big. It's gonna be like the branding on it is gonna be perfect. Yeah. The product itself is gonna be amazing. So that's a new business that with my wife we're creating, and it's focused on our people, Latinos. Like, it's a product by Latinos, for Latinos, but for everybody. But it's something like me growing up in Seaside. If a Latino owns a business, it's usually landscaping, construction, steel type kind of things, right? And with this product, it's Latino owned, but it's not something like a Latino. You would think, oh, a Latino owns that, right? So I'm excited for that thing to come out, and hopefully the people love it. Yeah. We have that going on, and just keep pushing the brand, the Sour Chava. I got introduced to, so TikTok has now TikTok Go. It's a new program where you do content at a hotel, and you as a viewer watching the content, you can press the button to book a stay at the hotel, and if you do that, you make commission off of it. So they invited me to be part of the program, and I accepted it. So that's another opportunity to start making money on the. And we have a lot of hotels around here, so
you got to connect me to this because
yeah.
I just recently downloaded TikTok
Uh-huh.
for my business and the podcast.
Yeah.
So still learning.
Yeah. And before, and it's TikTok is special now because before TikTok it was it was big in the Bay Area, Los Angeles, right? But now there's a lot of people in the 831.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of the comments I get, they're local. Oh, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try that. And there's a lot of more content creators in the area that uses TikTok, where before it was more far away.
Yeah.
Now it's so it's perfect time to get into TikTok. So yeah, and I'm working with that, and that's an app, a local app. Can't say the name of it because they're not ready to launch, but I'm partnering up with them to help them with marketing content for them. So I'm part of that too, and just many stuff that's happening where if everything lines up, it leads to a bigger opportunity and reach to bigger goals. I'm writing a Christmas movie, so I'm doing a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Hey, I don't know too much about acting, but if you need some actors.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, the first movie, my wife is gonna hate this and stop talking about it. It's a Christmas movie, and it's gonna be all Latinos, and
a Latino Christmas.
A Latino Christmas movie. Yep. Based here in Monterey, Pacific Grove, Seaside, right? Yeah. It's gonna be a couple. One couple, he owns a high-end landscaping company, and the girlfriend or the the female character, she's from the Bay Area, but she came back to Seaside to help the parents on their business, and they own a small hotel here. So it's just yeah.
So you got some projects.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure you're gonna have some collaborations as well.
For sure.
With a local media
There
podcast, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that sounds like you got a lot on your plate, but it sounds like you're ready to take on whatever is coming your way heads on.
Yeah, for sure.
So
for sure.
That is really cool, man. And like I said, I've seen a lot of your videos over time and recently, and it's just like I said, it's inspiring, makes me hungry. There's a lot of places,
Yeah.
And so I gotta ask though, like, how do you? Because it's a lot of food, right? So as a food content creator, foodie, how do you balance the, eating out, but also kind of maintain being a somewhat healthy.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure you shoot back-to-back days maybe sometimes, or even just a week or weekend straight, and it's all this food. It's how do you tame the beast of within?
Man, this year it's been hard in doing that. This year, it's just so the past 2 years, it's just been grinding. Just make saying yes, do the contact, post it, and keep moving. This year, I gained 30 pounds. Okay, I need to do a better job of balancing, right? I'm doing a horrible job on that, and my ankles hurt, my back hurts. It's time to take care of myself. So that's one of the goals I have too. Taking care of myself better, because it's just the beginning. I can't. Don't give up on me right now.
Hey, maybe any gym out there,
there we go.
In the 831 that wants to do some content and promote, and hey, there's
I'm up for it.
There you go. Sal, I always ask people, when they come on, what is a piece of advice that you could give someone? What are some words of wisdom that it could be with what we talked about. It could be just in life in general. But from your experiences, what would you pass on to someone?
I think the number one thing is network. Like if you're trying to do anything, you need to be out there and network, talk to people, making those connections. You can't do everything by yourself. There's no way. Like I don't care how good of a grinder you are and how focused you are and everything. There's gonna be a point in life where you're gonna need somebody, and networking it's been so important for me from day one. That you know, day one I have no friends. I have nobody in the industry. I have nobody, no connections. And the first time we went to a meeting, it was my wife. There was a meeting for women, for business owners, women in Carmel. I told her, go. She goes, but I'm like, just go. And she went. And from there, that's how we got the connection for Ink of the Bay. And from Ink of the Bay, we make another connection with a different client. And, that's how we got introduced to the industry. It's just networking. That's how you break into certain things, right? You can't do it by yourself, especially come from having no connections. So, network. Just make sure you network. Hey, be yourself. Be yourself.
Yeah.
Like we can tell somebody's not being themselves, and that's. I don't care how good of an actor you are or how charismatic you are.
Yeah.
We know who's not true and who's not.
Yeah.
Just be authentic to yourself. If that's being an asshole or not. Like I appreciate you if you are an asshole, but that's you. That's how you are. I will appreciate that, and I will be willing to work with you because I know that's who you are.
I like it's like you know what you're gonna get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. All this, you can trick some people here and there, but at the end of it, people will find you out, and they're not gonna be messing with you.
Yeah.
So just network by yourself. If that's good or bad, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's great. That's great. That's great advice. That's great way of putting it. What do they say? What you see is what you get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't try to be anything other than what you're not.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes they say you can't BS a BSer.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, it kind of really quick. Like, have you worked with people like that? Like,
yeah.
How do you manage handling different personalities?
Once again, been working since I was 14 years old. You meet everybody. You meet different people, different characters, and from working from there, from hotels to restaurants to the hospital, you meet there's characters everywhere, and you learn how to deal with them, especially if that's how they are. So I'm good dealing with people and who they are because I have experienced you somehow or some form. I have learned already. So I have no problem with working with anybody. There's certain people like you just can't mess with.
Yeah.
So after like 1 or 2 jobs, or then I'm like, I won't go off on you and everything, but I will distance myself from you. I'm like, it's not worth it. Like, but you can get 5,000 views if you do something with that person.
Yeah.
But like, it's not worth it for me. It's not worth it. Like, I got into this to be happy, and anything that gets me away from that, I'm not gonna do because I can't be miserable doing this. Like, I have to enjoy doing this.
Yeah.
Right. Like for your example, like it's been great. Like I can see myself doing more contact with you and everything.
Yeah.
Right. If this wasn't feeling right, I'm like, hey, thank you for the opportunity. And that's it.
Yeah.
Right. That's it. So that's how.
And like I said, like it feels authentic. This feels natural.
Yeah.
And not to take from anyone that I've ever brought on, but like I said, like you feel who and where, right? You're able to connect with and network with and all that. So I don't know, guys. This might be the beginning of something great. 2026. Who knows? We just don't know. But like you said, one day at a time.
Yes.
Take it one day at a time.
Exactly.
If you were to have one final meal,
Ooh.
and they say there's this guy who does videos on IG. He's like, he ranks the all the death row inmates' last final meals. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah.
So he ranks them, different categories, and it's like these crazy last meals. If Sal, you were to have one final meal, what is that meal that you will go out with?
My tia's famous enchiladas con carne asada. Right there. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. I haven't had that for at least 20 years.
Wow.
And, life happens. She moved to to San Jose, and we have different stuff and everything. But her famous enchiladas, man, they're world famous.
World famous.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys heard it here, Tia.
Yeah.
If you watch this, some enchiladas.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on IG, TikTok, on YouTube, and everything's the same. Sal _or Chava. You can, that's everything's under the same name.
Yeah. Yeah. There you guys go. There you guys have it right there, Sal. Man, I appreciate you coming on. Like I said, I'm starving. I didn't eat before I came here because I didn't want to be bloated.
Yeah.
I wanted to be, level-headed.
There we go.
But I appreciate you coming and taking that time, man. And hey, to us, having more projects working together somehow, some way in the future. But I thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on.
Guys, Sandoval, Sal or Chava, you guys already know. Make sure you guys give him a follow. Check out his videos. Say hi to him out there.
Please. For my ego.
And hey, if you guys like this video, this episode, and you guys want us to come on and try some of your foods and rate them or whatever it is you guys want to do, hey, let us know. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
But thank you guys. Appreciate it. God bless. See you guys in the next one. Sal, thank you.
All right, awesome.